Hi, Camp Puzzle Piece families. Today I am back to work with you on a concept I call the power of praise. So one of the things that is important, it's a strategy that I use, and it's something that I use in the classroom to help with getting kids to do things and to just kind of change the dynamic and help shape behavior. And it's using a great deal of praise. And so I know when things can seem challenging, it can seem like it's hard to give a lot of praise, but praise can actually change a more challenging situation and help a person to turn it into a more positive situation. So I'm going to talk about that, and so I am going to be talking about the power of praise and how important it is that everybody needs praise. So we all do better when we receive praise, when we get compliments for people, or our supervisor tells us that we're doing a good job. It makes you want to work harder for them. So when people are kind and supportive, it makes you want to feel that you can take a little bit more of a risk, that you are more comfortable to take those risks, and that you're just supported more. It helps with motivation to receive praise, and so it's really important to give a lot of praise to children. The other piece is to look for the positives. So for many of our kids that struggle with language and behavior and sensory issues and so many of these pieces, they might have a lot of things that look different, and we might want to correct those all the time, but it's important to look for the positive things and then give the praise for those positives. So making sure that you find opportunities to be looking for the positives, even if it's something small. Saying that I like the way you got up and got dressed by yourself this morning. Thank you for picking that up. You did a great job. So looking for any opportunity to give praise rather than a redirection or a correction is very powerful, and you can change the way that you feel and the way that the child feels about themselves. And it really can, if you praise for the behavior that you want to see, you can really shape that behavior. So shaping the behavior that you want to see with praise. So it's saying things, instead of saying, you need to get to the table, we're going to do some work, hurry up and get to the table, how many times do I have to tell you to come to the table? You can say, thank you for coming to the table. And sometimes I might even have to help a child. So I might do hand over hand and help a child start to move. And then as I'm moving them, say, thank you so much for coming to the table. And sometimes I can give praise to a child and they haven't even started doing it. And I'll say, thank you for coming to the table. And they're like, wow, I'm coming to the table and I'm getting praise for it. And they'll actually do the thing that I wanted them to do with just some simple praise. The other piece is saying things like, I love the way you're picking up your toys. So they might not have even started picking up their toys. You can start picking up the toys. And as soon as they put their feet on the ground to stand up, or do they might even not be starting to pick up the toys, but they look like they could be, praise them as soon as they start. And then most of the time they'll actually start doing that thing you wanted them to do. Saying things like, nice job taking a deep breath and calming down. So if a child is having a tantrum or they're upset about something and they've stopped having their tantrum, or maybe they haven't, you can model the behavior that you want to see. So if you want them to start taking a deep breath and using a calming strategy, you can do it. And as soon as they might see you doing it, you want to praise them for that. Thank you so much for you doing a great job using your strategy. So instead of saying things like you need to stop that and giving that directive and kind of changing it into using a nice tone. It helps de-escalate the situation, and it can help turn it into a learning experience instead of escalating it into something that could turn out to be uncomfortable for everyone. So always remembering that correcting is criticism. And many of our kids face so many things every day that they're not successful with, and they might be in an environment in the school day where they are experiencing failure day after day. And some of these kids are really my personal heroes. I give them so much credit for getting up every day, coming to school, and facing things where they are getting criticized or getting feedback and correcting all the time. So remembering that you don't need to correct kids all the time. Instead of correcting, praise them for what they're doing well. And so if you look at things and maybe they didn't ask for something the right way or were grabbing, as soon as they don't grab and they do something the right way, you could say, thank you so much, you did a great job, I'm so proud of you. So instead of giving the correction, which is criticism, and criticizing makes people feel bad. So when you are correcting and overcorrecting your child, you inadvertently are reminding them of what they can't do. So try to think about that when you're home. I know it can be really tough because there are times when a child is really struggling and there's some behaviors, and it's really hard to find that positive, but just have to look really hard. If you look hard, you can find it, and you can really change the environment in a classroom or your home if you focus on the praise and not on the criticism. So I hope that's helpful. You can always reach out and subscribe to our channel, and you will be able to see more of these videos. I hope they're helpful. You can leave a comment for us and we will get back to you and provide feedback. So please subscribe and look for our next segment tomorrow. Thank you.